Hey, welcome back. It's Eric Arnold here. Quarter after 6 on Monday, the 4th of April, National Championship Monday. And, I'm going to pump out a quick Sports Barn episode for you here. It's been a mess here lately, here in the Sports Barn, Politics Barn. We've just had a stretch of bad luck where everything that could go wrong has gone wrong, and we've been unable. We had a computer break. My main computer went down. It's one of those, like, the computer works fine. The DC jack, it's broken. So no power, no computer. And this happens, of course, at Friday at 4:55 p.m., just before the whole world shuts up for the weekend. And I'm like, oh no, because I know what's happening. So I'm trying to frantically rip off my files that I need so I can keep working. One of the things I did not save, I saved it. It's saved. It's there. It's just not, I don't have it. It's at Norm's Repair Shop in Temple, where I can't get it until he fixes the machine. So I got no slides for you here in this episode. I had all these nice slides made out of who is going to be the over, who is going to be the under in the upcoming MLB season. Don't have any of it. So we'll just have to kind of wing it, I guess. We lost both semifinal games in the NCAA, bringing us to 10-4 for the tournament, I guess, televised tournament picks, if you will. Nothing to be embarrassed about, 10-4 against the spread. Jay Wright covered all the numbers except the last one. So, were we wrong to not jump off the Jay Wright horse? I kind of thought it might have been the end. I told you that when he teared up there at the end of the Elite Eight game as he's riding off victoriously to New Orleans. I think he knew, my team cannot hang with these bad boys from Kansas. We'll do our best, and Kansas, and that is going to be my pick. Just put that right up here right now. Kansas minus the 4 to win for a number of reasons. The Big 12, at least according to Ken Pomeroy, and I do think it is true. I think that it is the best conference. The champion last year came from the Big 12, Baylor. I think Baylor is still an elite team. Texas Tech, an elite team. Just a solid top to bottom conference as compared to the ACC, where Duke and Carolina, but then now some of these other teams that used to carry heavy weight in the ACC just aren't there anymore. Virginia had a down year. Who else is? Florida State had a down year. I just think the Big 12, Kansas, as champion of the Big 12, is a more battle-tested, tougher team than North Carolina. This we believe. Also, then, I do not know. There's a hangover factor. North Carolina defeating their arch enemy in his last game, throwing the Emperor down the ventilator shaft, finally at the end there, to kill the Emperor. Well, remember what happened to the guy that did it? He died too. So Darth Vader throws the Emperor down the ventilator shaft, and now the Emperor's dead, and then Darth Vader wobbles over and dies too. So I think that's what's going to happen in North Carolina, that they expended so much energy in defeating Darth Vader that a very difficult Kansas team awaits, and they're not going to have the energy to handle them. So we're going to lay the 4 with Kansas. I think that's the play. Baseball, I'm going by memory here as to what even the over-under numbers were. I've been so busy. I have to go out of town. Can you believe that? I've been waiting for opening day for however many months it's been, and now I'm going to miss it anyway. I've got to go out of town and do work, day job type work. It's been an issue I haven't really had to deal with that much in the last few years, but gas is $4 heading to $5 a gallon. Roast beef, $6-7 a pound. I'm thinking suddenly my spreadsheet doesn't seem so formidable, and I'm thinking I might not have enough. I might be eating cat food when I'm 86, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to rely on the natures of my neighbor's, better angels of my neighbor's nature, so I don't end up eating cat food. I want to be able to row my own canoe, and so I'm thinking I might need more money. Plus, it's hard for me to go to my wife and tell her, turn the goddamn heat down. That's $3.75 a gallon propane that we're just burning as, you got the house at 78 goddamn degrees. Jesus. It's hard for me to say that when there's, $2,500 worth of, day job work laying on the table that I can go pick up, and I just say, I don't want to. Well, she's going to say, well, guess what? I don't want to turn the heat down then. So I'm doing it. It's ugly, hard, nasty work. It's not easy work. It's work that takes all week, and therefore I don't have time to do the good stuff that I want to do, which is prepare for the baseball season, to get ready for baseball. I think we are, for a large part, ready. Look, I don't know whether it's gotten all that different. NL East, Atlanta, that's your team. The Mets, they're going to be under whatever the hell the number is for them. They're going to be under. I mean, I took together my notes before they put DeGrom out for a month, and it'll be more than that. They're just going to. The Mets find a way with all their high-priced free agents. They'll have injuries because most of those guys are older, and they're going to underachieve. The Phillies, same thing. The Phillies have all this high-priced talent. Nobody can catch the ball. In the Phillies. So they're probably going to underachieve. The Marlins, they're never going to. If the Marlins ever overachieve, it's only going to be a handful of games. All you need to know about that franchise is the fact that Derek Jeter quit. Why? Well, he knows damn well that this is a team not committed to winning. And he's just, not down with that. So he went off to do something else. That's a team that'll pretty much always be in the second division. And a successful year for them might be 85 wins. And I doubt they'll have that this year. Washington, they're rebuilding. But there's some championship pedigree on that team, whether it be in the front office, whether it be Juan Soto. That's a team that wouldn't surprise me if they suddenly found a way to be a little better than the horrific dreck that everybody expects them to be. That is a team that could be a little better than awful. It would not surprise me. NL Central, Milwaukee. Team I like there is St. Louis, of course. That's a team I always like, St. Louis. That's a team I think is a great organization. So I think they're the ones that are going to go over. They're the ones that are going to win the division. I think they have great young talent in the outfield. They'll find enough pitching to get it done. The Cubs, that looks like a messy team right now. I don't see a lot of talent there in that Cubs team. Not excited about their prospects. Pirates, always awful. Will be awful again. Oh, yeah, the Reds. Let's not forget them, of course, because I know we have Red fans that watch these videos. I mean, you know, maybe some of these young players surprise. And I could see some of these guys you'd never heard of on the Reds suddenly winning some games. So I'm not going to say they're going to go over because they're the Reds, but I'm not going to pick them to go under either. That's about as bullish as I can ever be on the Reds. NL West, the Giants had some ridiculously low number, like 84 wins. That was team won 107 games last year. I know Buster Posey retired and Gaussman went to Toronto, but were those two dudes worth 23 wins? Ah, man. I mean, I didn't look it up as far as what's the history of 107 win teams. Has any of them gone up the track that hard the next year? I bet they haven't. That's why I'm kind of thinking the Giants are going to go over. I actually kind of think that Gabe Kapler is a good manager. I know Philadelphia Philly fans are going, what? No. Yeah, he had some issues here in Philly, but it's the Francona syndrome. We had that old Terry Francona here in town in the late 90s, and we had some terrible teams under his tutelage, and we thought he sucked. But then he, basically learned what not to do when he was with us, and went on then to win titles with, I believe, the Red Sox, and some decent success with the Indians. So I think it's the same deal with Kapler now. He learned what not to do in Philadelphia, and now he's a pretty good manager. The Dodgers will be the Dodgers. They're going to be good. They're probably going to win, probably go over whatever their total is. I think they're easily mid-90s win total, probably 100. And then what else? Fade the Padres. I'm not impressed by that team. I like the Rockies. I think they're going to be much better than people think, just because of their starting pitching. They have some decent starting pitchers, guys that are pretty good, guys that actually, I think if you dropped into a place like Chicago, the Cubs, or even a Philadelphia, they'd have one of the best rotations in the National League. Maybe I'm overselling it a little bit, but it's masked by where they're at. That's my point. So I like the Rockies. Who's the other team? The Diamondbacks, terrible, just awful. They're going to be bad again. American League, how can you like the Orioles? They're going to be under. That's going to be an awful team. Why? Well, hell, half their games are against really tough teams. Tampa, once again, will be very tough. They'll go over their total, I think. The Red Sox, they'll be in the mix. They're probably a team that's the sum is greater than the individual parts. The Yankees, I don't know about the Yankees. I mean, they certainly seem like a team that's they're probably due for a really good year. They really are. I think it really helped them to get Kiner Falafel, if that's how you pronounce that. Guy that plays defense at shortstop definitely will help that team. So the Yankees, I think, are trending in the right direction. Team I think I might fade is Toronto, just in that I think they're just got too much buzz around this team, too much buzz. What have they done? What have you done for me? You're just going to outslug everybody? What kind of defense do you do? Can you pitch? Tampa, I know that's a good team. The Yankees are always pretty good. And the Red Sox are usually pretty good. So that's three tough teams there, Toronto. What's your pedigree other than having all these alleged super young talent coming up? Well, prove it to me. Prove it to me. AL Central, that's got to be the White Sox. Twins are improved. The Indians, if they can keep their pitching healthy, they should be competitive. What's left? The Royals, that's another team that I think if they max out, it's exciting that you're bringing in a Bobby Witt Jr. and he's going to be good. But then you still got guys in the lineup that are like Hunter Dozier that are just zeros, complete zeros. So they don't have enough depth, I think, to really compete. Now, of course, the one team I didn't mention that I'm really bullish on is Detroit. I think that's a team that's going to be there and be there over the long haul. As I told you people last year, A.J. Hinch, for whatever his cheating transgressions have been, the guy wins. He wins. He has such a dedication to winning that he cheats to win. Hey, if we got money on the table, do we really care? If you won money with those dudes banging on the trash cans, do you really care? So, as a gambler, hey, I'm backing A.J. Hinch. That's a winner. And he could have gone anywhere when he came back into the league after his suspension and he went to Detroit. It wasn't just because, hey, Detroit was the only team that would take him. Bullshit. He could have gone anywhere. And he chose Detroit. He knows something's up in Detroit. He knows that's a team on the come. So you got to be there with Detroit this year. That is going to be a team that's going to be good this year and better next year. What's left? The West. Seattle, I hate, it's almost like, this is a team that's been bad forever. But, Houston, obviously, they're going to be good. That was the team I was wrong about last year. I thought that was a team on the backslide, but, they'll be good again. I mean, I expect Verlander to be Verlander. I expect that guy to throw 200 innings and be damn near unhittable and be Verlander. So now they've got a number one stud again at the top of that rotation. So Houston should be your favorite. But then Seattle, I mean, this is a team with so much young talent. And now you're bringing in a Julio Rodriguez, who looks to me kind of like this is an Acuna, that this is a Juan Soto. This is a guy, another 21-year-old phenom who's going to eat the league alive. It's just Seattle. I figure they're going to find a way to screw it up. It's just a cheap-ass franchise that's now, I guess, fallen backwards into luck by having so many high draft picks. They've gotten lucky. I don't know. That's a team I guess I'll be a little careful as a favorite. In other words, when we're laying big money with Seattle as favorites, as the betting public starts to catch up to that franchise and go, wow, what an up-and-coming team with this young talent. That's a loser franchise, and I'm careful about wanting to lay big money with a loser franchise. Angels, loser franchise. They ranked the players, and they said Ohtani was I believe, the top player, and then Trout was second. It was one or the other. They were either 1-2 or 2-1. I can't remember the order. And I thought to myself, how is it possible that a team could have the two best players in all the league and still suck? How is that possible? But that team sucks. The Angels suck. They always will suck. It goes to the owner. I think you could safely fade the Angels. Who's left? Texas. They brought in a lot of talent. They have some talent. The new stadium, I could see Texas being better than people think. And then, I'm missing somebody. Did I say the White Sox? I can't remember if I mentioned them. They're the favorites in the Central. There's another team I'm missing here now on the West Coast. Oh, yeah, Oakland. Normally, I would say Oakland is going to be, they're always better than you think they're going to be, but Oakland's just like throwing their whole team out right now. Just anybody that's ever done well for that team, they're getting rid of. But nonetheless, Moneyball, make sure you're getting paid to play Oakland, making sure that the price is high, that we're low. I guess that's the other way we could say it. That they're cheap enough that everyone thinks they're the worst team in the league. They won't be the worst team in the league. I guarantee you that. They will not be the worst team in the league. I would imagine Baltimore will be the worst team in the league. So the A's, I think, will lose many more games than they win, but will probably win a few more games than people expect. So that's I don't know who your World Series champion is. I didn't even get that far. So, maybe I'll make a video 3 days into the season and tell you who that is. I'll give that some thought as I go do my day job this week. I'll have plenty of time to sit and think. Good, great, thanks. Appreciate you being here. Like we said, we got Kansas tonight. Hey, all those ups and downs I just ran through, you need to pay attention to that, because I dug out one of my old videos and I said what I did prior to the 21 season, and I basically had 19 opinions and 12 of them were right. So 12 and 7 on my preseason opinions going into the 21 season. So I just gave you some pretty good direction going into the 22 season. And hey, follow it, don't follow it. But hey, at least hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Let's get it going here. It's baseball season, which I intend to jump into with both feet once I get some of this day job work done. Damn day job. Thanks for being here. Eric Arnold, signing off.